I get the feeling that Discworld is a franchise that is not beloved by geekdom, and it is not having the proper treatment like all these other beloved sci-fi and fantasy franchises. 3 months ago, there were some photos from BBC America's adaptation of the Watts novels of Terry Pratchett as a TV series called The Watts, which was a brave new reimagining of the series as a steampunk series that is about a diverse group of human guards, because God forbid there will be some other races involved, like dwarves and werewolves, because um, budget, I guess. And many fans, and I was one of them. I had a video about it 3 months ago, and if you're here, you've probably already watched it. If not, there's a card somewhere up there. Many fans were very upset by this travesty of an adaptation, and you know what the press did? They never went out to say those evil troll man babies hate this brave new adoption of Terry Pratchett's The Watts. They just ignore us. I mean, there were no polemics about us. We were not called trolls, the N word for white people, nothing like that, and I feel very offended by it. It's a shame because the press is not doing their job. Their job is to call us out for our entitlement to wanting the Terry Pratchett books to feel like Terry Pratchett books, to be honest, and that's a shame. That's preposterous. And today, I was in my YouTube analytics and I watched something odd. There was a huge spike in this The Watch video. And I was like, what the hell? How is this happening? Has something happened? And okay, today it's Tuesday, April 28th. It's Terry Pratchett's 72nd birthday. If he was still with us, of course, because he passed away some years ago. Yep, and happy thoughts, happy thoughts. And so I guess there were some people Googling Terry Pratchett, and they came here up. The video ranks quite well in Google for some reason, because nobody bothered to call out this adaptation except for a couple of other people. So yes, I feel very slighted by this ignoring of our outrage over the Watts. And so I did some Googling about what happened about the Watts series, what was published on the internet the past 2 or 3 days. And I came up with a Guardian article. And believe me, you will be as outraged as I was about this article. Let's get to it. Look at the title. Terry Pratchett's Terry Pratchett novel to get absolutely faithful TV adaptations. Come on! What the hell? You, the press, you're not supposed to ask for faithful TV adaptations, because that's not your job. That's our job. God. Okay, let's get going. Discworld fantasy stories will be adapted for TV in a form he would be proud of. What? After BBC America's controversial... Controversial? Are you sure you're a reporter? Cyberpunk take... I think it was steampunk more than cyberpunk, but whatever. On the Watts. Oh my. I mean, just like that, you just know that the UK is going to the dogs when even the reporters fail to do the job, and they're actually calling out BBC and TV producers and all this stuff, and that's wow. I mean, this country has fallen way too low, and this is Mr. Terry Pratchett, who is original and unique. Of course he is, and that's why we all love him. On what would have been the late Discworld creator's 72nd birthday, Terry Pratchett's production company, Narrativia, has announced a new development deal to create truly authentic, prestige adaptations that remain absolutely faithful to his original, unique genius. You're banned from Hollywood forever. The deal will see Motive Pictures and EndeavorCon team up with Narrativia, which Terry Pratchett launched in 2012, to make several series adaptations of the late author's fantasy novels. There are currently no details. There are many books of Terry Pratchett that were adapted before, We had The Hulk Father, The Color of Magic, and Going Postal, and actually The Light Fantastic, along with The Color of Magic in a two-parter by Sky. We had the animated Soul Music and Weird Sisters, and of course we have Good Omens on BBC and Amazon, which is currently playing. Neil Gaiman actually took lots of care. He's the producer of the show and the co-writer of the book, and he took a lot of struggle to make sure that this novel is not a travesty. Thank you, Neil. Let's continue with this press release. The spirit of this new alliance has been forged from a shared love of the source material and a commitment to create an epic series, which will kick off with some of the most iconic titles in Sir Terry Pratchett's fiercely incisive and satirical universe, they said. And okay, for some reason, I think that this article is reaching peak satire, because it's actually reporters talking for the people and the fans. What the hell? What year we live in? It's 2020. I mean, that's... Maybe the coronavirus is doing that. Maybe it's turning reporters into honest writers. Or maybe, I don't know, they're not paid enough by the BBC to seal for them. Or even the BBC knows nobody cares about this adoption. So let's go for it. Let's call a spade. Whatever. Pratchett's daughter Rihanna is co-director of Narrativia. She said today that motive and endeavor content perfectly share our vision of what a Discworld screen adaptation should be. Okay, fair. But I just love how many barbs they're throwing at the team. Discworld teams with unique characters, witty narrative, and incredible literary tropes, and we feel these should be realized on screen in a form that my father will be proud of, she said. I agree. And here we have The Guardian say Discworld fans are right to be nervous about the BBC's punk rock The Watch. So yes, I mean, that's a bizarre world we live in, and even the press is saying that this adaptation looks wrong. Early photos of BBC America's forthcoming series The Watch recently prompted concern among fans. Yeah, there's a whole video about it. Go watch it. Although Rihanna and Pratchett's friend and assistant Rob Wilkins did not comment directly on the adoption when the photos were revealed, they both showed their displeasure by sharing a blistering article by Ursula K. Le Guin in which she criticized an adaptation of her own Earthsea books, where they took a character of color and made him a blood dude. And this happened, I think, before Twitter, so there were no hashtags back then. But yes, it was a joke. Also, in my previous video, I said that I will read this book, and I did, and I'm working on a video review right now, so you should wait for it very soon. There is already one review on Hogfather, the book, because it's one of my favorite Pratchett books. Back to the article. Wilkins denied the New Deal was in response to Narrativia's dissatisfaction with The Watch, even though nobody would blame them for it. He says, though Narrativia retained an executive producer credit in The Watch, they have no creative involvement in this project. Good for them. However, they of course wish The Watch all the best. I mean, that's the most passive-aggressive thing you can say after your ex cheated on you, and you dump her or him, and you say, I wish you the best, meaning go fuck yourself. Motive Picture Chief Executive Simon Maxwell called the Discworld universe a national treasure. It is. But your national TV channel or your national TV station's department in the colonies doesn't respect your treasure. So, I don't know, do something, UK. Do something. I mean, you have two national treasures, you have Discworld, you have Doctor Who, and it's time you treat them properly. Because we all saw what you did with Doctor Who, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Your BBC is way off, so go away, you're drunk. I don't know which of the third-person books will be adapted into TV series or movies. I'd love to see The Witches, some more. I think they would be amazing if they managed to cast, the proper cast for Granny Weatherwax and Nanny Og. They're some of my favorite characters, along with the Guard. They're my two favorite series, and that's good news. There's effort for Brianna Pratchett and Mr. Wilkes. I hope they learn from their mistakes. They make sure their contracts give them more power over the decisions in the new adaptations, and I hope we'll soon see some much better Discworld adaptations. So leave a comment about which books you want to see, or if you have faith in these new adaptations of the Discworld novels. Like this video, subscribe if you want to have more news about how the Terry Pratchett adaptations are going, or if you want you're waiting for the review for Nightwatch, which will be, well, it's kind of hard to do, and you have to wait and see why. It's one of those cases that I'm not sure about how I feel. That's why it's delayed, and thank you for watching. Have fun.